Hi everybody, my name is Greg Owen and I am a Thompson broker. You've received this email message with video because you may or may not have had the chance to see my presentation recently at the Climer School of Real Estate. So I'm here today to tell you what a Thompson broker is and how knowing this fact can have a significant outcome on whether or not you succeed or fail in real estate. Okay, so a little bit about me. I'm from Birmingham in the United Kingdom. I made my Grexit, as I'm now calling it, right after 9/11 in 2001. At that time, I still had a successful business there. And because of the time difference, had a lot of spare time. And a friend encouraged me to go and get my real estate license. So I've been licensed since 2002. Back then, I was in exactly the same position as you. I didn't know an awful lot. And I realized quickly I needed to become a real estate broker because that's just the way I'm wired, I guess. So I've done that since 2004. So I've been licensed somewhere in excess of 17 years. I'm here today. I'm going to educate you a little further on the costs associated with what happens after you pass your real estate exam with the Department of Business and Professional Regulation. I'm going to show you how you can manage those costs. I will be stating some facts that exist that you can verify, and at the end there'll be a little bit of a history lesson and maybe a little bit of gossip, a scandalous secret. So hang fire. All right, so you're going to go after you've completed the end of course test and go and do your state exam. According to the Department of Business and Professional Regulation, chances of you passing between 50 and 55%. Now, I congratulate you, therefore, for choosing the Climer School of Real Estate because their pass rate is much, much higher. They're one of the best schools in the state, if not the best, and you've made a good decision by choosing to be educated by them. I promised my beautiful wife Dana, who you may have seen at the event, she was assisting handing out the coffee and pastries. I promised her I wouldn't rain on your parade, and so instead I'm going to piss on your bonfire. Okay, I'm going to take you to a place you don't really want to be. But if you're familiar with the saying, a dollar saved is a dollar earned, well, listen up because I'm about to give you a lot of dollars. All right, so this is the cost of getting your real estate license. So you will be paying somewhere at least a fee of $345. Some may be paying a little bit more than that. There's some fees to get your state exam and the fingerprints completed. After you've gotten your license, I would encourage you to return immediately to the Climer School because it is mandated that you complete a 45-hour post-license course as well. Now, it's in your interest to do that immediately or as soon as you're able to do that because all the information is still fresh in your memory. If you wait and come back later, your chances of passing the end of course test are lessened, of course. So it makes sense that you come back to Climer immediately and get that out of the way. Okay, now once you get your real estate license, you have to place it or hang it with an existing broker. Now, brokerages in Florida, I know probably your tutor told you that you don't have to join the Association of Realtors, but in practical terms, in reality, it's virtually impossible to avoid. That is because the Association of Realtors is much like a closed shop trade union. If your broker is a member, then you must be too, right? So you are mandated to join the National Association of Realtors. That's an annual fee of $176. After that, you're mandated to join the Florida Association of Realtors. That's an annual fee of $185. After that, there's a local chapter too. In my example here, I've used the Osceola County Association of Realtors. It could be the Orlando Regional Realtor Association. There's one near you, I promise. And that is $454 every year. And don't forget, they charge you $200 as a jump fee just for becoming a member. It's only one time though, only, and another $200. Don't forget that all-important multiple listing service subscription. You have to get that too. That is a $95 setup fee and $589 a year. Now, you'll also be expected to go and get these electronic lockbox keys. That's a $20 setup fee and $200 a year. That's before you've even bought one of the lockboxes, which is about $150 a piece, by the way. And even the second-hand ones are going for $85 if you look it up online. Now, a friend of mine has a Remax franchise, and they recently informed me that their desk fees are $258 a month. So that's another $3,000 you're going to spend in the next 12 months. They will, of course, take 20% of your real estate commission for all the new agents. That's typical for the industry. Then you've got some marketing costs. How do you get people known? Some people put stickers or these magnetic things on the side of their cars. Some people place advertisements out there. Of course, you're going to need some business cards, probably to buy some real estate signs with your broker's name on there, by the way. So it's not like you can take them with you when you leave. Then maybe a website, and before you know it, are you keeping track of the costs here, folks? We're over $5,000 before you've earned a cent. If you do 0 transactions in a year, you'll have handed over $5,000. Add in the fact you don't know anything. You don't even know how to fill in a listing agreement or a contract. How do you find any business that's out there? Who's there to show you how to go and get business? Remember, folks, you're going to be working in a self-employed capacity. You can look around to ask those around you how to do something. They'll only give you a certain amount of the information you need because you're going to be treading on their toes otherwise. How do you make any money? That's what you're in this business for, right? If you keep shelling it out and you're not making any, it gets tiring very, very quickly. Now, you've got to factor in the technology associated with real estate. And I'm going to use the examples of Uber and Airbnb. Uber have come out of nowhere. They're now the biggest taxi company in the world, and they don't own a single taxi cab. Airbnb is the largest hotel chain in the world, and they don't own a single hotel room. Look at Kodak. In 1998, Kodak had 180,000 employees and processed 80% of the photographic paper in the world. They had a virtual monopoly. In 2012, they filed for bankruptcy. Here's the irony, folks. Who do you think invented the digital camera? Yeah, it was a Kodak employee in 1975, no less. And he took it to his boss, and his boss said, "Best keep that under your hat, son." Look at websites like UpNest, OpenDoor, Zillow, Amazon. They're all coming after that 6% commission. Amazon haven't even started yet. It's just a matter of time, I'm sure. Gets worse, folks. Do you know you're competing with 750,000 of licensed real estate agents? Now, chances are you know between 8 and 10 of them already. So do most people, statistically. But only 60% of them are active. Why are more than 40% not active? Well, go back and look at those numbers that I went through. It's a big cost. A lot of people don't have the money. It certainly doesn't come with any guarantees of success. It's not like the Realtor Association are going to teach you how to find motivated buyers and sellers. Most realtors have another job. One reason is it puts food on the table on a regular basis. You can buy gas and all your living expenses. The other reason is, how else are you going to get that money together to pay those extortionate fees every year? Now, 90% of the deals are completed by 10% of the licensed agents. They're the ones that work in the business full time and have a large database of clients and customers that they've worked with in the past. So every step of the way is stacked up against you. So this is why this figure here, the chances of you still having a real estate license after 2 years is around 20%, folks. And they're willing to accept that attrition rate because there's dozens more people like you who think they can go and make a success of it. Are you suitably discouraged? You ready to leave? Okay, well, not so fast, because there is some alternative options out there, and that's the purpose of this video for you. What if I told you that you do not have to pay the Association of Realtors a thing ever? You can pay zero to the National Association of Realtors, zero to the Florida Association, even the ORA, the local Realtor Association as well. Even the MLS is optional and potentially free. Okay, you can legally work as a licensed real estate agent without paying those $5,000 every year. All you have to do is place your license with a broker that is not a member of the Association of Realtors, but that does still have access to the MLS to help buy and sell property. A Thompson broker. Easy Home Store is a Thompson broker. I'll activate your license for free forever. Okay? Now, the one question you should be asking yourself is, why are you telling me this, and what's in this for you, Greg? Well, the honest answer is nothing. If you do 0 transactions, you'll pay out $0 to all of the associates. Nothing goes to them. In fact, nothing goes to me if you do 0 business. I'm not in this just for my ego to build up a large database of agents that do nothing. I only succeed if you succeed. I have a vested interest in your success in making a career from the real estate market. I have a training channel on YouTube, which you will be given access to for free. And it teaches you step by step, right from the basics, such as how do I fill in a listing agreement? How do I write a contract? All of that is covered in individual YouTube training videos that you can have access for free. And it goes and covers every different aspect of the real estate market, even up to the most complex things like how you can make money buying and selling non-performing mortgage notes using other people's money. Okay, it's all covered. I will even produce for you a website optimized that will generate leads for you, and you will be given all of the captured leads directly. It's free for 3 months to prove that it works, and then it's just $29.95 a month to host it, or $299 for the year. All right, so where does this Thompson broker thing come from, and where does it all start? How did you find out about it? Well, it's kind of a sad story. This is the little bit of gossip, the scandal. And so I'm going to take you back to DeKalb County, which is north of Atlanta in Georgia, into the 1960s. And at that time, the Realtor Association for Georgia, Alabama, and Florida, and other states was openly, proudly, and by constitution, racist. That's right, that big letter R in their logo didn't stand for realtor, or, as somebody suggested, rip-off recently. It stood for racist. If you were black, you could not join the Realtor Association. They wanted white people, only white people, and frankly, they wanted mostly men as well, because at that time, of course, women stayed at home and raised the kids and made dinner and did the laundry and stuff like that. Now, along came in 1968, and before then, actually, one of my heroes, Dr. Martin Luther King, who famously said, "I have a dream." And as a result of that dream, we had the Civil Rights Act, and part of that included the Fair Housing Act, which did away with these ridiculous rules the realtors had at that point, such as you cannot sell a house to a black family in a white neighborhood. That's what they used to have in their rules at that time. Now, thankfully, we moved on from there. We went through the 1970s and 1980s until along came a couple of guys called Bill Gates and Steve Jobs, who said that they'd got these computer things up and running and they would change our lives. Incidentally, they had different views and opinions about how they would change our lives, and they went off in their separate ways. But nevertheless, at that point, along came the multiple listing service. So this is, as you know, a service where all of the listings are advertised in a community, and we work in the spirit of cooperation in allowing other agents to assist in the purchase or sale of these particular properties. At that time, Fletcher Thompson, who remembers is a black man from Georgia, sent off his check to the Realtor Association for this computer and this MLS thing that you've got. Because he said, every time I get to show a property, it's already sold. It's like trying to sell real estate without a car. It's impossible. I need it. And they sent back the check saying, if you join the Realtor Association, you can have access to the MLS. Now, as a black man from Georgia, he remembers they never used to have this policy, and they remembers a time when he was not allowed to join the realtors because of his skin color. So he sent it back saying, no thanks very much, appreciate the offer, but I'll just have the MLS. Their attorneys returned it and confirmed to him that if he was to join the Realtor Association, he would be given access to the MLS. So Fletcher Thompson was a man of principle, and he said, nope, I'm going to sue you. He found an attorney and they sued the association on the basis that it was a breach of the Sherman Act, the antitrust laws, which prohibits you having to purchase one product, in this case, a membership to the Realtor Association, in order to gain access to another product, in this case, the MLS. And he won. The association appealed to the Ninth Circuit Court, and they lost. As a result, you can simply just pay for the MLS. And remember, even that is optional, because if your broker has the MLS, do you need it immediately? Because if you list a property, I'll put it on the MLS for you immediately. You don't have to have your own MLS. How did I find out about this? Well, a bit of a sad story. This was going back after the crash where another real estate broker screwed me out of some money. So at that time I was a member of the Realtor Association, and I went along and filed a complaint against this other broker. It took weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks, and finally I was called into their office to be given the decision. And in the reception area, somebody came and delivered the news to me. I'm sorry, there's nothing we can do. And I said, why not? They said, well, this other broker is not a member of the Realtor Association and we have no authority or jurisdiction over them. To which I said, what? I give you thousands of dollars over the years, and the one time I ask for help, this is what I get back? I don't even want to be a member of the Realtor Association. I only joined so I could get access to the MLS. At which point the receptionist chimed in and said, you don't need to be a member of the Realtor Association to get access to the MLS. You can be a Thompson broker. The look of disgust on this guy's face as he glanced at his receptionist made me realize I touched a nerve. And I immediately stepped over, asked for a blank piece of paper, and wrote a resignation letter. Since that day, I haven't paid the Realtor Association a penny. All I do is pay for the MLS. Now, how am I going to train you? Well, we've mentioned the videos, of course, online. I'm going to suggest to maximize your chance of success that you specialize in one area of real estate and focus on that till it becomes second nature to you, and it becomes so profitable and you become authority on the subject. Now, here are some examples here. It's not an exhaustive list. For example, I realize that commercial real estate is not even included in this. There's lots of different areas. I will sit down with you one-on-one so you can determine which area of real estate you want to work in and the amount of hours that you're going to put towards building your real estate career. So to summarize, go to thomsonbrokers.com if you've not done so already and register there. You can find our contact details and call me directly with any questions that you have. I will match the real estate commission split that you have with another broker that they offer. We even have 100% commission with, it does have a monthly fee and a transaction fee, and it's really for the agents that have done a little bit more in terms of transactions. But I will match any commission deal that you're offered by another broker. So don't delay. Go to thomsonbrokers.com or pick up the phone and give me a call. My name is Greg Owen and I am a Thomson broker. I thank you for listening.